What's up, YouTube? It's Sunday. Starting a little late. I've been up since 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm on my way to the beach. I'm going to go for a swim. And then I have a meeting with one of my spiritual mentors. I'm going to see if I can get her on my channel to do an interview. Her name is Big Mama. And then after that, I'm going to go see with my niece. But if she's not awake this morning, I'm not gonna see her. That's up to her. I need to teach her the value of keeping your word. If you say you're gonna do something, you damn well better do it, especially if you make me a promise. So I want to talk to you today about sacrifices. And sometimes you're in situations where you need to tolerate shit. I remember years ago, I was a fireman. I was working as a fireman in Afghanistan. No, I was in Iraq. I was in Iraq, and there's this guy named a young Italian guy, a small guy. He had a Napoleon complex. So basically, he felt that he needed to be assertive with everybody because he was very short. He was a very short, weak-looking man. And I remember I was working dispatch, and if you're how they did it in the fire department, you had to know how to dispatch calls for service calls on the military base. So they didn't actually hire a dispatcher. So what they would do is they would hire firefighters, and they would put them in the dispatch room, and we would do rotations. One guy would do 2 weeks or a month, another guy would do a month, another guy would do a month, and they would rotate. So anyway, I was doing dispatch, and if you're doing dispatch, you can't leave. You have to be there during your whole shift. Like, you can go to the bathroom and stuff like that, but you can't leave to go eat. So you needed people on the military base. You needed people to bring you food. So I remember one particular day, I had to have this guy Mattia, because he was on rescue. I had to have him go out and do this guy was an asshole, and I didn't like him. I just did. Some people you like, and some people you don't like. He was a person I didn't like. He just had this energy that I just didn't get along with. But I never really said anything to him. I tried not to confront him because he outranked me, and he could a precarious situation if he wanted to. So I tried not to make enemies with him. And one particular instance, I had to get food. So I needed this guy to get food. And I remember, I'm like, he went and he brought the food back, and it was like some carrots and stuff. And I tasted it, and it didn't taste right. I'm like, this motherfucker spit in my food, man. What a piece of shit. This piece of shit, he spit in my food. And I was like, I couldn't prove it, but at the same time, there was nothing I could do about it because I couldn't prove it. And he did bring me the food that I asked him to bring. And then he asked me, he's like, oh, how do you like your food? Did you eat it? And I was like, yeah. I didn't fucking eat that shit. I took one piece, and I was like, man, this fucking doesn't taste right. And that's the thing. I had to hold my tongue instead of confronting this guy. He did a lot of other shit that was unfair, that was completely wrong. And I remember, the way it worked if you're in a fire service and you're working overseas at that time, is you would get recontracted every year. Every year you would get recontracted. Well, anyway, make a long story short, I found out, years later, that he ended up not getting recontracted, and then eventually ended up not getting recontracted. And when he did get recontracted, he got put in positions where he didn't want to be. I think he got assigned to Baghdad or somewhere else where he don't want to work, because you don't want to work at headquarters. Because if you're working at headquarters, that means you can't slack off, and you've got to actually work. Everybody want to make money, but nobody wants to work, and that's how it was in the fire service. Like, they would have like constant drills. It was a pain in the ass, and a lot of people don't understand is, when you're putting on all this gear and you're doing a fire drill, you got to deploy hoses. You got to light up the hose. You got to do, it's a lot of work to deploy a hose, 150-foot hose, and then put it on with water, and then spray that water and all that stuff, and then put everything back, because you got to drain those hoses. It's a pain in the ass. Plus, you're wearing all this damn gear. You got all this heavy air tank. You got all this crap, and they're doing that crap like twice a day. They used to call them dads, a drill a day. So the thing is, sometimes in life, you're going to have to tolerate shit to get where you want to get. Now I'm at the point in my life where I don't fucking have to tolerate shit. I ain't got to do nothing. But back then I did. And when you're coming up and when you're putting together, whether you're growing a business, whether you have a financial goal in your mind, you may have a client or a customer or even a boss that, man, I'd love to tell this guy off right now. I'd love to tell this guy that he's an asshole and give him a piece of my mind. But you can't always do that. Sometimes you have to overlook the bad to see the greater good. And what I mean by that is sometimes you have to overlook the offense to see the greater good in yourself. And sometimes even in them, because hurting people hurt people. So sometimes you can see that this person's an asshole. Maybe he was abused as a child. Maybe he was sexually abused. Who knows? But I know this, hurting people hurt people. So I just wanted to share this with you. This is kind of an impromptu video because one of the guys in my group, I've been encouraging him to speak and to leave messages. And I have a WhatsApp group, accountability group. You guys can join. I'm at a cost because I believe you don't value what you don't pay for. And the thing is, when you start learning to speak and you start listening to yourself speak and enunciating words and learning how to communicate, it's all part of leadership. It's all part of sales. If you want to be a multi-millionaire, you have to know how to sell. You have to know how to communicate effectively. You have to be the person to where, man, I enjoy listening to this person. He's intelligent. He's concise. He enunciates his words. It's not like, you know how people talk so over here, over there. How they don't. It's lazy. It's like lazy English. And it's not just English. It's not just American. It's like that in every language. I mean, if you go to Brazil, there's slang. But if you go to like Spain and you listen to the Spanish people talk, like their words, it's like the old school English. It's just a regal type language when you actually hear it in its pure form. So I'm just saying, when you communicate, make sure that you are cognizant of how you communicate. Don't use words like but, and. Get rid of that. Get that out of your vocabulary. Listen to yourself. I listen to my own videos. I watch my videos. If I have on my men's accountability group, I listen to my WhatsApp messages. I make sure, man, how can I get better? I'm still on this journey. As you noticed, just a while back when I was explaining this, I said, that's another filler. That's a filler word. So I'm trying to get away from that. I'm trying to use more pauses in between, and I'm trying to practice to, enhance my speaking skills. And it's a process. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes years, and that's what it is. So anyway, I just want to encourage you with that. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and if you're interested in leveling up your life and you really want to take your your life to the next level, consider joining my men's accountability group. What we do is we have one physical goal, one personal goal, and one spiritual goal for the week. And that's what we try to do. And that is a very minimal thing. And we hold your feet to the fire. If you say you're going to do something, did you do it? Did you follow up? I'll challenge you. Did you do what you said you're going to do? And those constant wins, those wins that you slowly win day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, they're going to build you in becoming the best version of yourself. You don't have to join my accountability group, but I encourage you. You'll never level up in your life until you surround yourself with people, a team of people that want to see you succeed and grow. So take care. Thanks for watching, and consider joining. Okay, and if you want to join, let me tell you how. This is the how you can do it. How you can do it is leave a comment below. Say, hey, I'd like to join with your email and contact information, and I'll reach out and talk to you. Give a free first 5-minute phone consultation. Phone or Telegram. I prefer to use Telegram consultation, where we can see if you're a right fit.